It's not very often that a new product is released within the FOXBODY community that truly makes a difference, that solves a problem. This is FOXLOX. It is a plug and play unit to be able to unlock and lock your FOXBODY, also pop your trunk if all that back there works, from an app or from a key fob. I know what you guys are thinking. This is probably some 1980s stuff, you know, like a Viper alarm or something like that that I gotta wire all up. And no. This is super simple. Now let's just cut to the chase and go ahead and install this. Nice packaging. I've had this thing open about 20 different times. I've already installed all this, so I'm just going to show you guys from scratch though, okay? You got 2 key fobs with the ability to cut a key. This feels just like what you would have like in your, your Ford truck or car or whatever the case may be. And yes, if you get the key cut, that will work your ignition. You guys will have the correct blanks and everything else. All you got to do is take it up there, get your key cut, and you're good to go. All right, so in the box, here's what you get. I know it looks all intimidating. You're like, man, I don't want to do that. That looks scary. It's not, trust me. I'm about to show you guys exactly how this plugs in. Pop your kick panel off here. There is a plug. It's a little different on each car. It could be a little higher up, it could be a little lower. There's gonna be a gray plug here. All you're gonna do is unplug this plug. Take this, plug it in. Guys, I'm going to show you this in real time, okay? I know it's hard to see this plug, but trust me, it's right up in there. All you're doing is putting that in line. I'm going to use this. Okay, there's one connection you need to make, and that's a ground connection. It's already terminated for you, and all I'm going to do is take the screw out that goes to the dash right here. Guys, would you believe me if I told you that's it? That's all there is to it. Unless you want to wire up your trunk, and there's a wire up in here that you just crimp this around. I think it's a purple wire. Read your instructions on that. My trunk latch doesn't work, my popper, so I'm not going to hook it up. But this will pop your trunk. All right, so let me show you where to get your app from. You're going to want to go to your cell phone, go to photo. Little QR code thing's going to pop up here. And there you go. Here's what the app's going to look like. And here's what you do. For this, you're going to need a key fob and your phone with the app already opened. All right, lock, unlock, lock, unlock. That's it, guys. Check it out. So now this works. Okay, and also your key fob will work as well. So one tap is going to lock both doors, and then you unlock. That's going to give you your driver's door. And you tap it again, and that's going to give you your passenger door. So what you're going to want to do after that is you're going to go get your key cut. So these things actually come uninstalled, so they come as a blank. So once you get your key cut, you'll be able to use this to start the car. So all of this is super cool. I think you're going to love it. But there are a few things to note. So before you install one of these kits, you need to make sure that your actuators are working good. And here's why. The factory button applies more voltage to the actuator than the key fob. It works, but you just need to make sure that everything is lubed up inside. Now, I've got a little bit of video showing this, but make sure that everything in there is working smoothly and working good. So, with that being said, you might need to replace your actuators. Shout out to LMR for sending over these 2 actuators for us to be able to use, put in here, and they work great. You will notice that they are a touch slower. I'll show you that right now. The car still locks and unlocks. It's just a little slower. So you just need to make sure that everything in here is lubed up good and try it out before you button it all back up, okay? I really like this because it kind of brings the FOXBODY into the 21st century. Obviously, you know, when your hands are full, you know, you don't want to be trying to fiddle around and find your key and things like that. So I believe that this is going to be huge for the FOXBODY community. I think a lot of you are going to like this. So here's another angle I want you guys to think about. Let's say you don't like the fob. Let's just say you want your factory keys. You don't want to go through the hassle. Okay, cool. You can actually leave your key fobs in the box and strictly use the app for this if you want to. In other words, you can use your factory keys just like normal and have the app to unlock your car in case of an emergency. So think of it that way. So let's say you lock your keys in the car. It'd be nice, right, to have one of these or either have the app that you can unlock your car with. So I think that's worth its weight in gold here. And the price point on these are pretty damn good too. So once again, I want to give thanks to LMR for hooking us up with these actuators. They're actually pretty easy to install. And huge shout out to FOXLOX for giving us an opportunity to look at this thing. Oh, and a little side note, guys, you don't even have to take your door panel off. If your actuators are working great, you don't even have to. Also, something else to think about, maybe your button, like the switch itself for your lock and unlock, is bad, and this could override it and fix that problem. Typically, that's not going to be the issue, but it could be. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching. So let's talk about the fact that some of you guys are going to need some new actuators. I had one missing actuator in my driver's side door, and the one on my passenger side door was completely froze up. So with that being said, I went ahead, placed an order for a new set. I think they're only around 50 bucks or so. Install these things. It's super easy to do. It's a little time consuming, guys. Once you get these things installed though, you shouldn't have any problems with this actuating correctly. If so, just pay attention to your rods, make sure they're not bent or anything like that. Lube everything up with your lube of choice, and you should be good to go. I'll put a link down in the description for you guys if you need these actuators. I do recommend you replace them, but if yours are working fine, no worries. Also, when it comes to the install on the actuators, you don't have to use a rivet. You can install the bracket with a bolt and a nut. That's the way my passenger side was done, and it works great. So you don't have to have the big rivet gun to get it done. Also, if you want to install the wire to pop your trunk, make sure that the release mechanism in the back of your trunk is working properly as well. This is so easy, I'm telling you. Give yourself 30 minutes and you'll have this thing installed and you'll be on the road. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. And as always, thanks for watching.